got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
Hey guys, it's Yaya and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to be doing a hibiscus hair growth shampoo. Hibiscus flower has some amazing benefits and I can't wait to jam pack it into this shampoo. I'm using dried hibiscus flower. You can use fresh hibiscus flower. If you have it, you can definitely do that. Hibiscus has amazing benefits when it comes to soothing scalp irritation, and that's what it's mainly used for, but it also helps to strengthen the hair, prevent hair loss, and it can also give you some beautiful shine and luster to your hair as well. Just amazing benefits for the hair and scalp. So we're gonna infuse this hibiscus into our shampoo. First, I'm making a hibiscus tea. Just using a little warm water. You really just need room temperature water to let this seep, and it will just provide such a beautiful vibrant color and of course releases benefits. So we're just going to set this aside and let it steep for a little while, and we're going to go ahead and work on phase A. Our hibiscus tea is a part of phase A, but like I said, we're going to strain that first and then we're going to incorporate it. So starting with the other ingredients, we have our preservative and our glycerin. I am using Liquid Dermal Plus because it's really effective with rinse off products like shampoos. Okay, so moving on, I'm using rose geranium hydrosol to get my beautiful fragrance, and it's such a beautiful smell. It's a great way to incorporate a fragrance without adding an essential oil or trying to solubilize a fragrance oil into your formula. The biggest thing with hydrosols is that the smell is just not as strong as if you've used an essential oil or fragrance oil. So just keep that in mind. You might want to use more of the hydrosol to get that same effect. Next, I'm going to add hydrolyzed oats. This is oat protein, and it's going to give you some extra luster to your hair, reduce breakage, soften and smooth the hair, and it can also repair and protect the hair. So this is a really great ingredient to add to any shampoo or even a conditioner. So I'm just going to mix this in very well. I'm mixing in each ingredient as I go along. Next, I'm adding hydrolyzed flax seeds. A great way to add flax seeds to your products without actually dealing with the sliminess that could actually go rancid faster, okay? It has hair strengthening properties. It can help protect against split ends. It can restore damaged hair, condition the hair, moisturize, soothe, and protect the hair. So it has amazing benefits when it comes to the hair. Up next, we're adding Honeyquat. This is a paraben-free, naturally derived conditioning agent. It's going to soften the hair and it's going to improve the feel and basically the manageability of your hair. So making it easier to comb through, detangle, and to also make sure that your shampoo is not too drying. It just really gives the shampoo a little extra oomph that it needs to be just more moisturizing. My goal with this shampoo was to make it oil-free for those who usually have a overproduction of sebum. This type of shampoo will be perfect for you, but I still wanted to make sure it did have its conditioning and softening properties. So last but not least, we're going to go ahead and strain our hibiscus tea, and then we're going to incorporate this with our other ingredients from phase A. And then that's going to be it for phase A. So that's basically all of our water soluble ingredients in one. So kind of like the water phase, but not really. Because basically everything in this shampoo is water soluble. But it's just best to add these ingredients first, especially your preservative, because your preservative, the Liquid Dermal Plus, if you use that, is a water soluble ingredient. So you want to make sure that you add that to the water phase first so it can disperse through that before you add phase B, which will be our surfactant phase. Okay, so be very careful of that when you're mixing your products together. You want to make sure they're distributed correctly. So going into phase B, this is our surfactant phase. We're going to be adding some really mild cleansing agents. I'm using diesel glucoside, and I'm also using caprylyl glucoside. I never can pronounce these words, you guys, so forgive me. So these are our cleansing agents, and they're very mild, and this is what's going to give us that bubbly foaminess that we want out of our shampoo. Usually with ionic surfactants, it's really hard to get that beautiful foam that you be looking for. But diesel glucoside really does have a beautiful foam, and it's used in most like baby shampoos. I really like this one a lot. And in capryl glucoside, if you were trying to incorporate an essential oil, this is the solubilizer that you would definitely need to incorporate that if you wanted to do that. Okay, so you would do that during this phase. So once you have chosen your surfactants that you want to add, then you just add them to phase A, or add phase A to phase B, whichever one is easier for you. I probably should have added phase A into phase B. But just mix them in very well, and that's going to be it for phase A and phase B for now. But I did want to go ahead and show you guys the consistency of this. It's very watery, so later on I'm going to show you how to thicken this up. But for now, I just wanted to show you that you could use this by itself, especially if you had maybe a bottle that created foam. That will give you that foaminess that you need if you want to keep it watery like this, okay? But we're going to go ahead and move on to phase C, and this is going to be an extra surfactant that's going to give you even more foam. Cocoa methylpropylbetaine is going to be our surfactant that gives us that flash foam. So as soon as the water hits it, you're just going to get these beautiful, beautiful bubbles. It also helps to make your other surfactants a little milder. Even though we're using milder surfactants, if you were using a stronger surfactant, you might want to add this ingredient to help kind of mediate it and not make it as harsh for the hair, okay? But yeah, the ones that we use are not too bad. Really, we're using this to increase the foam. And yeah, that's it for our shampoo basically. So now we're just going to check the pH of our shampoo, and then later on we're going to thicken it, and that is basically it, you guys. Super simple. The hardest part, I think, is just finding the ingredients that work for you, finding the ingredients for what type of shampoo you're looking for. You want a strengthening shampoo or moisturizing shampoo, all those different things. So for my preservative that I use, Liquid Derma Plus, as long as your pH is between a 3 and 8, the preservative will be effective and preserve your product. However, for those of you who just want to balance the pH and you want it closest to your skin or hair or scalp level, then you can use just a little bit of citric acid to get your pH to go a little lower. I made my own DIY 50% solution of citric acid. If you guys want to know how I made that, please leave a comment down below and I will make a video to show you how I did that. I only needed maybe 2 drops of that. That's all it really took for it to get a balanced pH. So just be very careful when you're using this solution, you guys, because if you use too much, it'll make your pH go way down too low, and then you'll have to use another ingredient to try to increase the pH. So it can get really messy and complicated. So just let's try to get it right the first time. Just add just a little bit at a time, test it. I know it can be tedious, but it definitely works better that way. I do have videos coming up to show you guys a little bit more in depth how to measure your pH, especially if you have a pH meter, but I also will include strips and other things as well, okay? So now we're done with our shampoo. Like I said, you could put this in a foaming bottle and get that beautiful foam with just this liquid, or you can add a thickener. I'm using Crowthix. This was highly praised by a couple of other formulators like Marie from Humblebee and Me, and also Tara Lee. So I definitely had to try it out. I've actually had it for a while now. I just never got a chance to use it. So when I decided to make this Hibiscus shampoo, I was like, you know, instead of using xanthan gum or anything like that, let me just give it a try and see how it works. And I really like the idea that you can thicken the product after you're done with it to get the perfect consistency that you're looking for, because you know, when using xanthan gum, you have to hydrate it right away before you even start to add your other ingredients, and so later on when you want to thicken it more, it's almost impossible to do. So I like this better because you can thicken it afterwards. But this ingredient is a PEG. I don't know, for those who have issues with it being a PEG, just make sure you do your research and make sure it's the right ingredient for you. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful, and I would love to experiment with it more with other shampoos and also other products like body washes or even a cream or something. I'm just gonna play around with it some more because I really like it. It gives such a beautiful texture. You know, guys, xanthan gum can be a little snotty, gummy, whatever you want to call it, but you know, this is just so smooth and silky. Yes, right now it's a lot of bubbles in it, but those bubbles will subside, they will settle down, and you're just gonna have this beautiful, luscious, thick shampoo, guys. So I love it. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below if you like the consistency of this or you like how this came out. Definitely leave a comment down below. I added the Crowthix at I believe 1% to 2% increments, and I just kept adding it until I got the perfect consistency that I wanted. But just don't add too much or too little at a time because it'll take forever. But yeah, maybe start off at like 1%, 2%, and just keep adding it until you get the consistency that you look for. Remember that this will settle and it will thicken. The viscosity is going to get a little better. So don't go overboard. You want to take your time, go in small increments, okay? So that it won't be too thick, because you can always add more, but it's going to be almost impossible to really take away, okay? So yeah, that is it, you guys. I'm going to give you a slight demonstration of how this foams up. I have used it and I absolutely love it, you guys. It definitely left my hair feeling clean, but not completely stripped, not too drying at all. You definitely want to make sure you condition after this, you guys. This is not a moisturizing shampoo, but it does help to soften and condition the hair, so it's not like completely stripping like maybe if you use black soap or something like that. So it's definitely a very mild shampoo, okay? I'm gonna just put a little bit in my hand here so you can see the consistency. Like I said, it hasn't fully settled, so it hasn't reached its final viscosity, but even still, this is just so beautiful. So I definitely want to play around with this thickener a little bit more. What I really love about it is that it works well with non-ionic surfactants, which can be really hard to get that beautiful foam. And also it's really hard to thicken non-ionic surfactants. So those like diesel glucoside mainly, it's really hard to thicken those. And you can't really thicken them with salts like you would other surfactants. So this is the perfect solution for that situation, okay? And it thickens them effectively, and it does not mess with the foam at all. Look how beautiful this foam is. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. If you do add oils to this formulation, be very careful, because the more oils you add, the more it'll take away from the foam and the suds and all that good stuff. So just make sure you're formulating correctly if you do want to add oils, okay? But look how beautiful. Look how beautiful these suds are, you guys. So beautiful and soft. So like I said, once you get done using this shampoo, it's gonna give you a very beautiful cleanse without being too stripping, and it's gonna be very mild. But you still want to condition, because that's what shampoos do. They have specific ingredients or surfactants that binds with dirt and oil and removes it from your hair and scalp, cleanses your hair and scalp, okay? So then you need something that's going to go into those cuticles and give you that conditioning, and then close those cuticle layers down, okay? So that is your conditioner. That is the job. That's why they're paired together. Shampoo, cleanse, condition, close the hair shaft, and plump up the curls and give you softness, okay? So anyway, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. The full list of ingredients is down in the description box below, as well as other information. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe and also hit that notification bell, because it's the only way you can keep up with the videos I'm coming up with next. Leave any requests that you have down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you want to see and if you have any questions. Bye.
But no,